Good afternoon, classmates, and we are going to continue with the. We are going to continue with this activity. We have to. We are going to present unit number 4. It says selection and use of coursebook material. So for that reason, I am going to start with an activity in which you have to choose a paper and you are going to find a word that you have to define this word based on your previous knowledge. So please, Jova, take one paper. Yep. Yes. Maybe. Thank you. One. One paper. Okay. Okay, so let's start. Could you please, Lisette, what is the word that you have?
Workbook.
Workbook. So can you define workbook, please? In your own words.
Yeah. A workbook is a kind of book students use to complete tasks or follow activities, but based on their student book. It's a book to transfer what they learn.
Okay, thank you so much. Jova, please. Which word do you have?
Methodology.
Methodology. What is methodology for you?
It's an approach or strategy that teachers use in order to learn, to teach a class.
Okay, good. Let's continue with Steffi, please. Which word do you have?
Warmers.
Okay. What is that for you?
I think that it is a brainstorm when we start the class. Activities that we can do at the beginning of the class.
Yes, of course, activities that we can do. Could you please help me with an example of an activity that we can do at the beginning of a class?
For example, a word that it calls Simon says.
Okay, very good. Thank you so much. Monique.
Course book.
Course book. So, can you define course book, please, in your own words?
It is a book that we need to practice grammar, or the book that we receive in the course. So, or in a class.
Okay, yes, of course. A course book. It's the package, yes, of books that we have that we are going to use, obviously during a semester or a class. Yes, thank you so much. Please, let's continue, Mary.
I have audio script.
Audio script. So what is that for you?
For me, it is a script that should be followed with the audio together. This word function together. This activity.
Well, okay, that's it. Let's see, Mayra, please, which word do you have?
I have the word mime.
Mime. What is that
I
for you?
think that mime is when you do some movements without making sounds,
Yes.
in order to maybe guess the meaning of a word.
Okay, in your opinion, doing mimics or mimes is really necessary to teach to little children?
Yes,
Why?
because they get interested in the class and in the teacher too.
Very good. So, Patty,
I have resource.
resources. So, define please resources in your own words.
I think resources talking about internet, different kind of web page where we can find information about something that we are learning in the classroom.
Only about websites or internet, or we can search or look for another resources?
Yeah, we can find another resource
Like what, for example?
books, encyclopedias, dictionaries, I don't know.
Thank you so much. So, Vicky, which word do you have?
I have realia.
Realia. So, could you please define realia in your own words?
That's bringing material to life. For example, if you want to teach children about fruits,
Yep.
you have to bring the real fruits and make them touch the fruit and pass it around the class and see actually what is the
fruit, a banana or an apple.
Do you think that Realia is a really good resource to teach only children or maybe young teenagers or adults?
I think it's a resource for every level or age because uh, learners are mostly kinesthetic and they learn actually doing things or seeing and touching things.
Okay, thank you so much. So we are going to continue. Please open your book on page 156. We are going to start with the first part that says, how do we select and use course book materials? Yes, here you have the definition. So the previous activity that we had, it was only to refresh your memory because we are going to see all the words that you have read in this moment, but with a real meaning based on the TKT. Okay, so what says about course book? Course book materials are all the materials in a course book package that we use in the classroom to present and practice the language and develop learners' language skills. So, maybe do you have an idea about any kind of course materials, please, Giovanna? It says, remember that says, a course book package. So what could be this?
Teacher's book.
Yes, of course.
And
What else?
audio scripts.
Yes, what includes in a teacher's book?
All the materials of the course book.
Yes, of course, but you said CDs, something. What else could be? Yeah.
CDs, the teacher's book,
Yeah.
and
Maybe extra grammar practice could be. What else?
sometimes when it's the children's book, flashcards,
Flashcards, very good.
and other reading books.
Yes. That's it. Okay. So let's continue with the next part. Here I have some, in order to present you some examples of a teacher's book. For example, this is for children. Here we have a teacher's package. Yes, as you can see, this is the teacher's book. Yes, in which you are going to find the class planned, already planned, because they have some useful tools in which you have, based on the things that you have planned also, you are going to base on this, the contents, and you have to follow only the instructions. Or if you have the opportunity, you can improve with some personal activities if you see that there is something extra that you need to teach to any kind of a student, in that case to children. Okay, the next book is the student's book. So that is the book in which the students, they are going to work, they are going to follow the instructions, the things that you have planned for them. Yes, here you have the whole, it is divided in units, obviously, as everybody knows. So in each unit you are going to find different activities. So this is the student's book. This is the book that students have to work every single day in class. So for homework or for assignments, you are going to work in this. That is the activity book of the workbook. So in this book, you are going to find some interesting extra activities to practice all the things that you have learned in the class. So that is basic to reinforce the knowledge that you have. Okay?
Okay, students, now that you have a little knowledge about course books, that you have to remember that we are not able to choose our course book, but we still make choices about what material to use in it. So for that, to know what materials we have to choose, you're going to open your book in page 156, and please start the reading. The key concepts. The first item, please. That's it. Is the material. The questions that you are going to read are the questions that you have to take into account when selecting teaching material. Please.
Is the material visually attractive? Is it visually clear? Example, using different colors, different fonts, headings, etc. Does the visual material help learners to understand content and meaning?
Please, Jova, continue with the next item.
Is the material well organized? Can you and your learners follow the logic of the material and find your way quickly and easily around the page or the unit?
Steffi, please, the next item.
Is it culturally appropriate? Will the context be familiar to learners? Sorry.
Monica, please, continue.
Is it suitable for your learner's age and their needs and interests?
Mary, please.
Will the topics be motivating to suit the age, gender, experience, and personal interests of your learners?
Naira, please, the next item.
It is culturally appropriate. Will be the
We are not there. Is the material at the right level?
It's a material at the right level. Does it provide a clear enough context and or explanations for learners to understand new language?
And Patty, please, the last one.
Does it give learners enough opportunities to use the language?
And finally, Vicky, could you tell me an example of a material that can motivate students to learn?
Well, actually, I know about interactive flashcards or whiteboards that if you want to teach any set of vocabulary, you can do it with animated pictures and words. You can use sounds too. That's an interesting activity.
Okay, thank you. And students, remember to take into account these questions when you are going to select your material for the class.
Okay, so we are going to continue with the next part in the same book, page 157. So here we have a chart in which you are going to find some strategies, problems, and possible solutions. So apart from that, we are going to discuss more possible solutions and things to fit the strategies that we have here. Okay, so for example, the first one says extending material. The problem that we are going to have maybe here could be the task or exercise is too short. Okay, so let's see. Jova, please. Talking about extending material, it says that the problem is going to be like the exercise is too short. So maybe students not are able to practice a little bit more. So what could be a possible solution that you as a teacher could maybe could present?
Maybe bring some extra information
Okay.
about the topic in
Yep.
order to make them practice a little bit more.
Yes, of course. Information like what, for example?
For example, if I'm presenting grammar,
Yep.
I will bring extra grammar exercises.
Okay.
And if I'm doing reading comprehension, I will bring reading comprehension questions
Okay.
or word puzzles for vocabulary.
Okay. Very good. Thank you so much. Everything is going to be based on the necessities of the teacher. So the next strategy that we have is shortening material. The problem that he mentioned in the book says the task or exercise is too long. So based on this problem, Mary, could you please help me? What is going to be a possible solution if you have this kind of problem? The task or exercise is too long. How you can, as a teacher, how you can summarize things to present to students?
Probably the first thing I could do is to ask them to read, and then as a teacher, provide a short summary
Yep.
of each one of the sections.
Okay. Okay. Very good. That's it. So the next strategy says changing the methodology. One of the problems that mentioned here in the book is the task doesn't suit the learner's learning style. So, based on this problem, could you please give me a possible solution for that, Vicky?
Can you repeat the problem?
You have talking about the strategy is going to be changing the methodology. Okay, so the problem is going to be that the task doesn't suit the learner's learning style. So how you can cope with this problem?
Um, I think I will have to adapt the methodology and look for supplementary material, and maybe it's in the course book, and I can use those extra materials to help me, because I'm using the wrong methodology, as you said.
Okay.
So I would use the extra material to help the learners get the topic, the activity.
Okay, thank you so much.
Now, students, we are going to see what a course book provides. Please, Mayra, can you read what a course book provides?
A course book provides situational context, pictures, dialogues, tasks, and exercises.
Monica, please, could you read what teacher can provide?
Teacher can warmers, instructions, role plays, homework tasks.
And Liz, can you tell me what other material can teachers bring to the class apart from the material that is on the course book?
Can bring real
Other? Can bring handouts, realia.
authentic material.
Yeah, very good. Now we are going to go to the follow-up activities. Here you can see some items that you can, how you can make your class more interesting. Please, someone can help me how you can do your class, which material you can use to make your class visual attractiveness? Maybe Patty? How can you do what material can you use to do your class visual attractive?
I think Realia and flashcard maybe, because with Realia you can show real things, and also students they can learn from real things.
Okay. Mary, can you tell me what materials can you use to motivate topics to suit age and gender?
For example, according to the age, if you are teaching little kids, you can ask something that they can feel comfortable. You can create a topic for them, and for example, if you are teaching teenagers, you can modify the topic and, for example, talk about music, fashion. And for adults, you can create a topic about food, for example, and that's it.
Thank you, Mary. Very good. Good ideas.
Okay. Before we finish with this class, we are going to discuss about the reflection. So here we have three important things to discuss. So the first one, please, is going to be for Monica. It says, my students always complain if I leave things out or change the order in the course book. So I try to do everything in the given in the order given in the book. So what can you tell me about this situation?
I think it's necessary to do things in order, because as you know, we can be very organized with the things, or with the in this case when the materials or activities that we can teach in our class.
Okay, thank you so much. Please, Vicky, number 2. It says, I'd love to teach without a course book, but students expect to have one. So what do you think about that?
Well, I think students, especially in our context in Ecuador, are used to use a course book and follow a series of exercises and activities, but I think that the teacher has to see her methodology and necessities and find the best way to teach, even though if she or he doesn't want to use a course book, just using PowerPoint presentations or handouts or using technology with internet.
Okay, thank you so much. And finally, we have, please, Lisette. I've used the same course book for 3 years and I know how it works and I don't want to change. What is your opinion about this situation?
I partly agree because if the teacher really knows how the course book works, it would be a good idea to keep on using it. But also the teacher has to remember that she or he has to use supplementary materials or other materials to provide extra practice, not just the course book. So, dear students, because of the time you are going to do the practice test 24, that is on page 160 for homework. Please don't forget to do that. Thank you.